Welcome back to the Crypto Gorilla YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the biggest mints happening this week. As usual, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say in this video is just my opinion, and you should always do your own research before buying or selling anything. Also, if you haven't already, would you kindly smash a like button? It's free and it really helps my channel grow and reach a wider audience. So the first mint happening this week is on May 16th, and that is going to be the Scientist by Augmented Labs. Now, this is the first step into their play to earn staking ecosystem, and the mint itself is going to be absolutely free. You will have to pay gas, and there's going to be a limit of 1 per wallet. And this whole minting process is going to last a period of 48 hours. Now with this, they're also going to be kicking off their scale token, which is the second token in their ecosystem, the first being R-Waste, which is only produced by Genesis Kaijus. The difference here is they're all going to be able to produce scale. You will have to stake both Genesis and baby Kaijus in order to produce the token. And if you stake your Genesis, it will completely halt the production of R-Waste. And if we look at these numbers, a Genesis is going to produce 15 scale, a baby is going to produce 5, and a mutant is going to produce 2 scale per day, and you do not have to stake your mutant. Now, so far, the utility behind scales is going to be to extract these DNA capsules. And in order to do this, you're going to have to use a mutant Kaiju, so you will absolutely need a mutant. Now, as I said, the scientists are going to be completely free. However, you will have an option to upgrade your scientist by injecting Ethereum into them. If you look here, if you put a minimum of 0.06666 Ethereum, there's going to be different benefits. Now, some of these are going to be, you are going to get a share of the stolen scales, which is part of their game. And the way you determine what share you get is by the amount of Ethereum you are willing to inject into your scientist. So if somebody injects 0.1 versus somebody injecting 10 Ethereum, the person who injects 10 is going to get a much larger share of the share pool. Now, other benefits include a chance to steal DNA, which is what we just looked at, as well as a chance to leech R-Waste baby Kaijus, meaning if you have a scientist that has been injected with the minimum amount of ETH, you can even get a free baby Kaiju. And the final benefit that they are at least releasing to the public is going to be that the final benefit that you can see here is going to be that your scientist NFT is animated. Now, if you're willing to put a minimum of 0.4 Ethereum, there are going to be additional special effects on your NFT. So it will be interesting to see how this plays out and how much Ethereum is injected to the scientist, especially by whales who are going to be able to inject much higher numbers of Ethereum. Now, one thing I will say about the Kaiju Kings is that during the dip that we had last week, when most collections went down anywhere from 30 to 50%, Kaiju Kings held extremely strongly. So I'm very excited that the scientists are finally here, that we're finally going to be able to stake and start the whole play to earn ecosystem. Next on our list is happening on May 17th, and that is going to be Karafuru 3D. Now, a lot of projects have been delaying their mint due to the market conditions, so I was surprised to see that Karafuru is going full steam ahead. However, the benefit of this is that nobody else is minting, so the spotlight is 100% on their project, and they essentially have no competition. Now, the mint is going to be split up into 3 stages. The total supply is going to be 15,555. The first stage is going to be a Dutch auction with a starting price of 0.5 Ethereum, and you will be allowed to mint 2 per wallet. Now, I'm not sure why they went ahead with a Dutch auction. A lot of collections have been doing it lately. We saw it with Mindblow, which is the same team behind this project. We also saw it with PXN, but I do expect this to sell out quite high, especially since the supply for Dutch auction is only 4,000. Following that, we're going to move on to stage 2, which is going to be the whitelist sale. The supply here is going to be 6,000. Now, the price I do find a little bit on the higher side. It's 70% of the cheapest Dutch auction price, which I do expect to be quite high, probably 0.5. And if that's the case, these are going to be going for 0.35. Now, since they do have an existing collection on the market that did perform very well, we can kind of estimate where the price is going to be. I'm hoping to see the 3D ones hold a price above 1 Ethereum. I'm probably expecting them to land somewhere like 0.8 to 1 Ethereum, at least in pre-reveal. Now, the third stage is going to be their public sale. I don't imagine many are going to be here unless something happens, but this is pretty much the leftover from whitelist. And then the remaining 5,555 are going to be airdropped to the holders of the 2D NFTs. Now, the snapshot has not been taken yet, so if you are interested in getting an automatic airdrop for absolutely free, you can consider purchasing one of the Karafuru 2Ds. However, do consider as soon as these snapshots happen, the prices of this collection tend to go down. That's recently been the case with Mutant Apes after the whole Yuga Labs land sale. It's been the case with Doodles. The only one that did manage to break this trend is going to be Azuki with their Beans airdrop, where the price was hovering at 18. It went down to roughly 15 or 16 after the airdrop, and then the price just skyrocketed up to 34 Ethereum. So I am a fan of this collection. I am a fan of Karafuru, and I really like their 3D art. So I am excited about this drop. Next on our list is one that has taken quite a while to get to their mint, and that is going to be Cipher by Collider Craftworks. Now this drop is going to be split up into two different stages. The first one, which is happening on the 20th, is going to be 3,890 NFTs, and the second one I believe is happening in Q3, and that is going to also be 3,890 NFTs. Now, the way this collection works is there are going to be 5 different factions. If we take a look here, there is the Hyper faction, the Rad Kids, there is the Outlaws, there's the Prototype, and my favorite, the Chosen. I really like this one. I find he looks like Hitman if you've ever played that video game. They also give us a little hint here of how the rarity is going to work. There's going to be the Pioneers, which is 50% of the supply, the Heroes, which are 35%, and the Icons, which are 15%. Now, if you don't know already, this is a professional studio that makes different avatars for AAA video games. So they have a professional team behind this project, and one of the things they're doing is making their own product. As you can see here, they are making a visual wallet. Now this wallet essentially acts as an inventory system where you can customize your NFT, and it's going to be compatible with a ton of different NFTs as long as they are built in Unreal Engine. Now they are also making their own game, which is called the Mosh Pit. At first I thought this was only going to be a mini game or a game that happens while you're in the loading screen. However, it does seem like they are taking this to the next level. Now, when it comes to this drop, I do have very mixed opinions. So on the positive side, this is a professional team. They have been doing this for a while. They are 100% doxed. They stream all the time. You've seen their faces, so you know you're not going to get rugged. The avatars themselves are very high quality, and in my opinion, they look incredible. And since they are professional avatar builders, brands in the Web 2 space that are trying to get into Web 3 could turn to them to make their avatars, and then those avatars are going to automatically be compatible with their wallet. Now, on the negative side, there's a few things. I don't think locking the Discord as early as they did benefited them. They made it very difficult for people to get in, and I think this discouraged a lot of people. Another thing I didn't like is they had you fill out this form in order to keep your whitelist role. They asked for a ton of information, like what you do for a living. They wanted a link to your LinkedIn. While most of the stuff was optional, if you didn't fill it out to their liking, they did ask you to fill it out again. So it didn't really feel that optional. And I'm just wondering, like, why does an NFT collection need to know what I do for a living or what anyone does for a living? As I mentioned, they took quite some time to get to their mint date. So I'm wondering how much hype is still there versus how much hype they initially had. And the final negative thing for me is going to be the fact that their reveal date is 40 days after mint. 40 days in the NFT space is incredibly long. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens to their floor price during that 40 days. Now, despite all the negative things I just said, I do really want this collection to do well. I was the first one to reach out to the team. I'm the first one to cover them. When I first reached out, they immediately added me to a team video call. There was 9 people on the screen. They were super open. They were sharing all of their ideas. They were very excited about what they're doing. And as I mentioned, the NFTs are very high quality. Now, as for the price, it's going to be 0.5 Ethereum, which does seem high, but when you consider recent mints have been doing Dutch auctions selling anywhere from 0.83 to 2 Ethereum, this really is not that high. And there is a psychology behind some of these drops where if your price is higher, you can have a higher floor price. I do strongly believe that if PXN had a mint price of 0.08 instead of 0.35 and their Dutch auction started lower, the secondary price would not have been between 4 and 5 in pre-reveal. It would have been between 1, 2, and maybe it would have hit 3 Ethereum after the whole Azuki fiasco. So I personally don't mind the 0.5 price. I do think it is justified based on the quality of these NFTs, especially with the prices people have been paying lately for mints. The final collection that is dropping also on the 20th is going to be Chimpers. Now, I'm not going to go crazy into detail about this one. I made a fully dedicated video to it a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to link that above as well as in the end screen to this video, so you can just click it if you want to watch it. So as I said, this one is happening on May 20th. The price that they're going with is 0.07 Ethereum. And right now, there are still two ways to get whitelist. You can either purchase one of these items on secondary, the cheapest being the ebook, which is currently at 3.66 ETH. I actually got this a few weeks ago at 0.7. So it's already made me 5x my money if I do choose to sell it right now. However, the snapshot for these is going to be on May 19th. So I do believe the price can go even higher depending on the market conditions and if we have another huge crash. The other way to get whitelist is through their pre-mint raffle. They are giving away 250 spots. However, you do have to have been verified in their server prior to May 12th. So if you aren't, unfortunately, you can't join this. If you are and you didn't notice, then I definitely recommend entering this raffle because I do expect these to perform well. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching the Crypto Gorilla.